Hello and welcome back to Shubhkaamna Academy. I am Riyanshi Shetty and today we are back with another exciting lecture of biology, that is lecture 5th of asexual reproduction in plants. Here are some national flowers pictures I have shared on the screen. Have you ever wondered by looking those flowers like how these flowers reproduce? That's the magic of asexual reproduction, where the plants grow without seeds. Let's learn how plants make copies of themselves easily, quickly, and on their own. So, what is reproduction? All living things produce more of their own kind, and this is the process of reproduction. Reproduction means creating a new life or an offspring. It helps one generation of past life on to the another. In plants, we can say that there are two types of reproduction. Not only in plants, in animals also there are, we can see sexual. There are two types of reproduction: sexual and asexual reproductions. In animals, we are seeing the sexual reproduction. In plants, we are seeing both sexual and asexual reproduction. Now, first we see that plants have two kinds of parts, that is vegetative parts and the reproductive parts. Vegetative parts are those parts of the plant that plays a major role in the life cycle of a plant, such as preparation of food, transportation of food, water and nutrients. Example like roots, stems and leaves. And reproductive parts means those who are playing major role in the reproducing the plants, like flowers and fruits. Now, what is meant by asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction? The plants which produce without using seeds, in this process we call them as asexual reproduction. And in this process, generally the leaves, stems, and the roots participate in the reproduction process. In sexual reproduction, the new plants are produced with the help of seeds of the plant, and in this process, the flowers of the plants participate in the reproduction. Now, asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction happens when only one parent is involved and no seeds or the flowers is used. New plants are exact copy of their parent, and it happens through the mitosis, which is called the simple cell division. And here I have shown the image of the mitosis, how that one seed or the one cell is getting divided into, then after to 4, after 4 8, 8 to 12, 12 to 16, 16 to 32. Like this the mitosis process is carried on. It is mostly seen in simple organisms like fungi and algae, and even some flowering plants. Now let's look at the main 6 types of sexual reproduction in plants. That is the pigeon, budding, spore formation, regeneration, fragmentation, and the vegetative propagation. Now we will go through it one by one. Fission. A single cell splits into two, like binary fission, like amoeba. Here, example I have shown of amoeba, like a single cell, it is getting splits into two. Or not only two, again it get in multiple, like in last the two daughter cells. After that two, it will two daughter cells will convert into four daughter cells. Four daughter cells in converted into 8 daughter cells, like this. And it is mostly seen in unicellular organism. Example is we can say that paramecium. Then pigeon, that is binary pigeon and human pigeon. The cell are two equal parts, like amoeba and paramecium, and multiple fission, that is the cell divides into many parts, like plasmodium, and that is a malaria parasite. Next is budding. It's a small bump or a bud that forms on the parent, and it grows and separates. In starting, it grows, and after growing, it separates from their parent. And best example is hydra. It's the best and the famous example. Everywhere you can see the example of budding in hydra. Like here you can see there is a parent hydra, there is a small bud on its side, then that is developing that bud. After new developing that, it's getting detached from its parent, and the new hydra it is generated. So it is an example of budding, and it is seen in yeast also. Third is the spore formation. Tiny light spores float in the air. When they land on the something moist and they grow. Example is rhizopus. That's a braid mold. Fungi and some ferns. Here is the example of spore formation in rhizopus in the image I have shown. They float in the air, and when they land on something, they get moist and they grow. Like in the rainy season, you can see this very frequently on the bread in your home. Then fourth is the regeneration. In some organisms can regrow parts. Example, the starfish. It regrows its arm and planary and can become a whole new worm from a small part. Here I have shown the example of adult hydra, of how it is getting regenerated. See, in the first picture there is a that small part is cutting. After that small part is cutting, from that small part again it is growing a new individual. That we call the regeneration in hydra, and the same you can see in the starfish also and in the planaria also. This is a regeneration. Next is the fragmentation. The body breaks into pieces and each part becomes a new organism, and we can see it is in Spirogera. In the example, like the body is getting separated and again it is growing. So it is example, Spirogera is an example of fragmentation. Vegetative propagation. This is a very common in plants. New plants grow from parts like potato, onion, and money plant. Potato, it is through the underground stem, onion through the bulb, and the money plant through the stem or the leaf cutting. And it is widely used in gardening and farming to grow plants quickly. Here I have shown the example of potato, how this is growing. So students, today we learn what a reproduction is and why it is important, what asexual reproduction is. This is the 6 amazing methods we learn of asexual reproduction in plants without seeds. Plants are full of surprises, and now you know how they multiply in such a clever ways. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Shubhkaamna Academy. I am Riyanshu Shete signing off for today. See you in the next lecture.